Hi guys, my name is Manuel and I am going to be teaching us today how to buy a car in the UK as a new immigrant and how to legally drive a car in the UK as a new immigrant. So for starters, you came into the UK and you already have a driving experience. Of course, you understand that your experience as a driver in Nigeria or any other country does not really apply in the UK. However, the UK accepts driving license for some other countries like US, Switzerland. You can come and you can make an international license and exchange it for a GB license in the UK, of course. But in Nigeria, they don't accept our international license to be exchanged for a GB. Rather, they allow you to drive with your international license for a year. Once you get into the UK, make sure when you're leaving Nigeria, okay, especially for Nigerians, when you're leaving Nigeria, make sure you do an international license, okay, from Nigeria. Why coming? Because the only way you are able to drive in the UK is if you already have an international license. It is the law in UK that once you have an international license, you are able to drive for at least 1 year. It falls under the category of visitors driving in the UK. So you are not all that stranded. So, but within the 1 year you're permitted to use your international license to drive, you have the option of quickly registering for a provisional license. Okay, it's very easy to get a provisional license in the UK, especially if you can prove your immigration status. Of course, you must have your BRP and all sorts of recognition documentations already. So while processing your provisional license, they're going to ask you for some of those informations, which you gladly give to them. So while you are driving for the 1 year, depending on how long you're going to be in the UK, while driving with the international license, you process your provisional license, which you get. Once you get that, then you're on your way to getting your main license. You just take some tests. Then after taking your test, then you go ahead to, go through with the remaining details for getting your main license, your British license for driving. Okay, but however, it's possible to drive. Just ensure that you've done your international license. Proceed to drive. Another another thing I'll be talking about is how to get a car in the UK as an immigrant. Okay, once you get into the UK, you're first disturbed as to you first want to acclimatize with the environment. You want to know how things are done, the way things are run in the country, and you're not really sure how to drive because the patterns and the roads in the UK are quite tricky. It takes, and most driving car, it's legal to drive a car, a left-hand car in the UK, which is applicable only in Nigeria and some other parts of the world. But mostly what's dominant in the UK is the right-hand drive, okay, which does not make it illegal if you drive a left-hand drive also, but most cars are right-hand drive. So if you're not very familiar with the right-hand drive, you might find difficult adjusting, but over time, if you're very good and very intentional about it, you can acclimatize with the right-hand drive and with the road. First of all, before I go on, I advise that once you've gotten a car successfully, you stick to your Google map and follow the signs. Okay, in other subsequent videos, I'll be telling you pitfalls to avoid while driving, how to avoid penalty charges, and other stuff like that. But how to purchase a car, we have different car sites. But the one I'll be talking mostly is the Auto Trader. Go to autotrader.com. You see varieties of cars that you can buy at cheap price. You put your range in. There are cars of £500, £400. There are cars of £1,000. There are cars of £5,000. There are cars of £6,000. Depending. There are cars of £24,000. So instead of taking your money or trying to take a finance loan just to buy a car as an immigrant, you could buy a very small car that fits your budget, but make sure that it has an MOT. Okay, make sure it has an MOT and it has been serviced. Okay, you can always pay for tax and pay for the servicing. Okay, make sure that all the equipment in the body before you purchase, make sure you cross-check to ensure that those equipments are all right. Okay, so once you go to the Auto Trader site, you see varieties of cars. You can choose your brand, and once you come to a conclusion as to the car you want to buy, you make proper inquiries. Okay, After making such inquiries, then you're able to, I advise that you go to the vendor and go and check out the car before paying for it. Some people do delivery, home delivery, and you need to be very smart, because I'm also going to be talking on a lot of things: how to pay your tax, how to make sure your MOT is well done. Not all cars pass MOT. How to pay for your insurance. Okay, there's so much involved with driving in the UK, even as an immigrant. So the first step is to get your international license. After getting that, I've told you the process. You must do it in Nigeria. If you don't have it, but you have a Nigerian driving license that is still valid, you can pay for it to be done by somebody, and make sure you get the international license mailed back to you in your UK address. After which, you go to Auto Trader, make sure you get the car that you will want. Once you have succeeded in the deal of the car and the brand that you want, then the next step is for you to make sure that you get the car insured, and you make sure, in fact, things to check out, okay, when buying a new car in the UK, when buying a fairly used car. I won't say a new car, okay. Things to check out are, you check the mileage, because in the UK, unlike in Nigeria, that's why they call Nigeria a dumping ground for cars, because most of the cars that you bring from the UK, when you bring them to Nigeria, Nigerians don't check the mileage so much, so they just want to see the body of the car, the engines are good, and that car that has worked like 200,000 mileage in the UK just starts to work because it still look well managed. But in the UK, once your car has a lot of mileage, it reduces the value. Okay, so for nothing, we don't mind, because you're just starting, of course, depending on your pocket. So check the mileage, check that it has MOT. Okay, MOT, because once your car is a crime to drive a car that has failed MOT in the United Kingdom. Okay, make sure that once it has MOT, there's no problem. And before you start to drive as an immigrant, after ensuring that the car you bought is in good condition, and I also advise that you buy a car that does not have so much liters. If you imagine you start driving in the UK and you start with a 2.5 liter car, it's going to consume a lot of fuel. So I advise you start with something 1.2, 2.0, okay, for total maximization of your money. We're just adjusting. So all right, so I haven't done all that. You need to pay for insurance. It's always not very easy for immigrants to get their cars insured or get insured while in the UK and while driving for the first time. You see bills, because especially when you get quotations, you see quotations of £300 per month for your insurance, £500 per month, £1,000 per month, which is really, really tough. How much is the car? You see, probably you buy your car for £1,400 or £1,500. You see an insurance of £400 per month, £300, £500. It gets worse. You see insurance of £800 because you're a new driver. They don't know you, and that's how the system works. Okay, so what I advise, this is a cheat. Okay, make sure if you have friends in the UK who have been driving for a long time, what I advise you can do alternatively is to ensure that if your friend can register the car on your behalf. After registering the car on your behalf, your friend will go ahead to register you as the second driver. Apparently, your friend who has been driving in the UK, who has a British passport, must be paying lesser insurance depending on how roadworthy or how good your friend has been in his driving. He doesn't have points and other stuff, because another thing in the UK, when you're driving and you have points in your driving, you have so much points, it affects your insurance. It hikes up the price of insurance. So if your friend is lucky to pay lesser insurance monthly, meanwhile some people pay yearly, some people may pay monthly, you can hide under that, let him register the car for you, insured for you, so you can beat down your insurance price to around £70 per month or £80 per month. Okay, it's more easier. Then you can pay for your tax. Okay, once you pay for the tax should not be more than for 6 months is like around £150 for new drivers, £150, and let's say for a year it's like £300. Okay, you can pay it for 6 months down. Okay, and there are documentations that the previous owner of the car or the vendor will pass on to you. However, he transfers the document of the car to you There's something they call V6. So I can't remember the name now. Okay, so you're also DVLR will issue a new documentation to you. They will post it to your address. Okay, so after doing that, after paying for the insurance, after paying for the tax, after ensuring that your international license is intact, you are good to drive in the UK. But no, your driving can only last for what? For 1 year. Make sure immediately you get your international license and you won't drive for long in the UK. Start processing your provisional license. And personally, later on I'll tell you how to prepare for tests, because it's not easy to pass the driver's test in the UK. Honestly, it's not very easy. Now, so many people have come and they have failed the test, okay, and they couldn't go far because it's tricky. So your experience don't matter. You just have to start all over. You have to learn the rudiments, okay, for you to be able to pass and get a driver's license in the UK. Okay, I hope that the few tips I've given here I've been able to explain to you how that you can successfully drive as an immigrant in the UK, successfully buy a car, successfully drive a car without being illegal. Okay, so as long as you are taxed, your car is taxed, your car has a complete MOT, your car is serviced, okay, the rest is up to you. All right, see you next time. Next time I'll be talking on something else. All right, so stay tuned and subscribe and like. Thank you.